Hello YouTube, Kenny here, aka SilentFan85, but feel free to call me Kenny. Okay, so it is currently, and I kid you not, -5 degrees outside. That is insane. That is the first time in my life that I have ever walked around in -5 degree weather. And that's not even the wind chill. The wind chill is probably like -20. It is insane. I was out there for about a minute, walking the dog, going to work, coming from work, and it felt like there was this icy grip of death on me. It sucks. So it is very cold outside. Luckily, I'm inside where it's nice and warm. It makes me think of the people that don't have warmness in their life, though, and definitely hope they have a blessing at some point, because in this kind of weather, it would be horrible. Okay, so I was recently tagged in a video from InvincibleBookworm, and it's the first time I've been tagged in a vlog. So, you'll have to forgive me if I suck at this. I am going to be tagging 5 people that I know are currently vlogging. I have a lot of people that I could have tagged, but not a lot of them have been currently vlogging or have any current videos in less than 2 months. And that's the thing about vlogging. You can kind of go by the wayside after a while. I know there have been times when I thought I would go by the wayside, but I enjoy doing this. I enjoy making videos and talking and, you know, just trying to be personable. I mean, I'm not the best guy in the world, but I like what I do, so that's what I'm doing. So the principle here is that there are 20 things in 5 different things categories, 5 places to visit, things to own, risks to take, and things to learn. So, places to visit, I've made vlogs about this before. Ireland. I'd like to visit Pompeii at some point. I would love to be able to see Pompeii, or at least the general vicinity. Greenland would be awesome. Maybe London at some point. I wouldn't want to live there, but next would be Washington D.C. mainly for the Smithsonian. That would, or it's Washington. No, Washington D.C. Yeah, Smithsonian. I got it right. Sorry, it's been a long day at work. But so yeah, I mean that would be my 5 places: Ireland, Pompeii, Greenland, London, and Washington D.C. Obviously, Washington D.C. would be one of the easier ones because it is within the U.S. But as I get older, obviously finances will become a little bit easier. Hopefully, I would think they would. But life has a funny way of, you know, doing its own thing. So. But my hopes are high, so I'll just keep it that way. 5 things to own. Okay, what do I want to own throughout my life? Now, again, as you can tell by now, I'm doing this off the top of my head. I don't have a whole lot of time to write this stuff down and really get down to brass tacks with this. That's what working almost 10 to 11 hours a day will do to you. But 5 things to own. I wouldn't mind owning a boat at some point, but it's been said that the 2 happiest days of owning a boat is when you buy it and when you sell it. So that would be one thing. What's another thing? I would not mind owning a first edition copy of The Count of Monte Cristo. Probably my all-time favorite novel. I would not mind owning a first edition of that, so that's a pretty unique ownage, I think. One that would make my top list, but I already have it, is a sealed copy of Final Fantasy on NES. 4th thing... Well, I guess I need to count a 3rd thing, don't I? You know what? I wouldn't mind owning a signed photograph of David Tennant, because I would give it to Amber, and I think it would make a really awesome present. And... might give me a lot of brownie points. I think it would actually make a great wedding gift. I actually tried to do that for one time, but the letter or the package I sent out ended up coming back. Apparently the address I had for fan mail was wrong. So I was kind of disappointed. So that's something I definitely wouldn't mind owning. 4th thing I would not mind owning, and this one's pretty far out there, but it would be a moon base. Now, with that said, Amber originally came up with the idea for a moon base. She wanted to have like dinosaurs to ride and everything, but I thought about the idea and to have a moon base where I could just be in free gravity give or take certain pounds of pressure, would be awesome. I mean, seriously, like, just not even having to sit or really lay down to just kind of game a little bit. I mean, you could just, like, turn, like, game upside down and, like, kick ass. That would rock. You know, who wouldn't want to do that? And the fifth thing, I would actually love to own my own game store or my own shop for gaming. It's been a dream of mine for about 10 years, and hopefully someday it may come to fruition. So there's that. Alright, so 5 risks to take. You know, in InvincibleBookworm's video, she mentioned falling in love. I am already in love, heavily, head over heels, willing to die. And it's one of the greatest feelings in the world. And I just want to say, I really do hope that she can find it and that anybody else can find it, because a pure love, a one that you can trust, and a one that you can really hold on to is what life's all about to me. It's what people fight for all their lives. It's the greatest thing to know, because out of that love, a lot of stuff can come to fruition. Not even if you have kids, but you can still have a very wholesome life with just being in love. Even if you go through the hardest time together, you still have each other, and that's what counts. But I just wanted to make that note before I get into my list of risks to take. Risks to take, I would love to go up in space. Obviously, it's a very risky business going up into space, because you don't know if you're going to make it back. You don't know if you're going to actually make it out there without something happening. So that would be one thing. Second thing, I'd like to wrestle a bear. That's what I would like to do. I would like to wrestle a bear. Number 3, I would like to be able to pet a big cat, a lion, actually. I love lions, always have, and even a very mild lion, I would just like to be able to, like, put my arms around its neck and, like, hug it. It's a very, probably an odd thing, but you can do it, and it's scary to some people, but there you go. What am I on, my 3rd thing? I think I'm on my 3rd thing. I would love to walk up to a celebrity and punch them. Is a risk I would take. Certain celebrities, I don't really want to disclose any names, but there are certain celebrities that I would just like to nail right in the jaw. Not really any females, mainly male celebrities, like, you know, the ones that pretty much everybody wants to punch at one point or another. So that is one risk I would like to take. And another one, you know, I can't really think of anything else. Risk I'm willing to take. It's crazy. I don't know. I apologize. I can't really think of anything else. I'll count that as my 5, though. And we'll go from there. Last 5 things to learn. I would love to learn Klingon. I've tried and tried and tried and tried, but I cannot do Klingon. I know a couple of words, but to be honest, I've never really gone into a lot of depth with it, and it's really one of those things that I think you really kind of had to catch as a teenager. You kind of stick with it, and in your off time, work on it a little bit. So that's I'd like to learn Klingon, and that's the tricky in me coming out. I would love to learn how to speak Japanese, which would be awesome. I'd love to learn how to draw. That way, any stories I want to create or any stories that I want to come up with, I can put in art. Maybe potentially create my own comic book. That'd be awesome. 4th thing I would want to learn, I would want to learn how to write in Time Lord. I did a little project for Amber about what was it, last year or the year before. I gave her, it was either a Valentine's Day card or a birthday card, and I wrote her name in Time Lord. I don't even remember how to do it, but it was probably one of the coolest, nerdiest things I've ever done, and that's really kind of stuck with me. So I'd kind of like to learn how to write Time Lord. Okay, so what have I covered? I've wanted to learn Klingon. I want to learn Japanese. I'd like to learn to write in Time Lord. I'd like to learn to draw. Fifth thing, I would want to learn how to flex communicate. This is one of the things I learned in my time in college was there were 4 styles of flex communication that allowed you to really integrate with people and get to know them both personally and professionally, all within one conversation. And it was one of the craziest things I'd ever read, and I never could get the hang of it. But I would love to learn to do that, and that'd be awesome. So that might be something I could do one day. Let's really get into it, and I think it would really help me professionally. So there you go. That's my 20 things: the places I wanted to visit, things I wanted to own, risks I wanted to take, and things I want to learn. I would try to go back over them, but it's on video, so I don't really have to. Now, the people I am tagging for this, again, I've said I've only got 5. These are, I know for sure, current vloggers, and one of them is the one that actually tagged me, so I don't know if this is going to count or not, but hopefully it will. The first one is Faithy from Everyday Faithy, a really cool gamer, really cool person. Her link will be down at the bottom. Be sure to check out her vlog as well. She does just minute vlogs. She does Let's Plays, all kinds of stuff. So I'm tagging her. ThisIsJoeTV. He's kind of a recent vlogger, and he's got a really cool channel. He keeps with some current news, stuff like that. He's even done a shout out to me, which was really awesome. InvincibleBookworm, obviously the gal who tagged me. Be sure to check out her vlog. And the next one is theRNtower. She recently put up a vlog about a month ago saying why she had been AWOL. But she was a really awesome vlogger. Seems like a really cool chick, so I'm tagging her as well. And the next one is Chris Sanders. Now, I don't know if he'll ever see this, but I've watched some of this guy's videos, and he is a very funny guy. Makes some great videos, great vlogs, a lot of nerd knowledge, which is awesome. And seems like a really awesome guy. And I was also pretty sad to hear that, not recently, but at some point he had kind of gone through kind of a hard time in life. So I'm glad to see he's still making videos and holding strong. So there you go. That's my tag video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And again, if you'd like to do a tag video, from my understanding of this, it's basically 20 things, places to visit, things to own, risks you want to take, and things to learn. So hope you like it. For now, end of line.